So today's video is don't get comfortable, you have to stay fake. This video is going to receive a lot of hate, it's going to receive a lot of people disagreeing with it, but that's fine. You know, sadly, even though I don't want to agree with this topic and I really don't like this subject, I really thought like millions of times before I even decided to make this video because I knew how much hate it's going to receive. Life isn't fair, and unfortunately humans, even though we want them to be a certain way, usually they're the opposite. So basically what I'm trying to say is you have to be fake if you want an easier life. You have to be fake if you want to have people hand in more opportunities for you. You know, whether it's careers, a new man, a new friendship, you have to be fake. And it sucks to say this, but it's the reality is that you just have to. I literally have maybe 1 to 2 friends that I'm like 100% real with, who I know that even if they hear something that they don't like, they will stay there because they want that. Like, that's in their personality, that they prefer to hear the honest truth. They know how to take in that pain that they're going to receive from it, and they do what they can to either become better or simply they'll disagree with my opinion and move on with their life. But most people are not like that. In fact, most of you don't even have friends who are like that. It's very difficult to find people like that because people will always lie to you and say, I want to hear the truth, I prefer the harsh truth. But you'll notice that as soon as you tell them the harsh truth, they'll turn their back on you, they all of a sudden start disliking you, or they start getting extremely offended. It's better to not tell people the truth. Basically, you need to convince people that you're not a threat. Okay? That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. Always pretend that you believe in what they believe in. Don't force your beliefs on other people. Like, I see a lot of you will like attack the men and women who come onto my videos who are like, oh, it should be 50-50, it should be this. It doesn't matter what people think. We live in a world where there's billions and billions of people. Like, of course, not everyone is going to agree with what I say. Of course, not everyone's going to, believe in what I believe in. And that's what makes us unique. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be all the exact same and think all the exact same. Just don't shove your opinions down people's throats, because it's going to literally, like I'm telling you, it's going to sabotage your life. Okay, YouTube is one thing, but when it comes to your actual personal life, don't go, don't be face to face with people and, shoving down your opinions down their throat, basically. On YouTube, it's one thing, but don't do it. Even on Instagram, on your actual Instagram, don't do it. Do not do it. Because if you force your beliefs on other people, they will find a way to punish you. I promise you. I know that sounds exaggerated, but if you lived a life, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you didn't notice this, but I'm telling you, people punish others for not believing in what they believe in. Look at religion, for example. If somebody is a Christian, and I'm not speaking for every Christian, but I've noticed that there's a lot of Christians that if all of a sudden you're not Christian, they're like, they just wish the worst on you. Like, I've seen horrible things that come out of religious people's mouths. And when you hear that, you're like, well, damn, I don't want to be in your religion, like, with the way you're speaking. They turn against people who don't believe in what they believe in. Again, not speaking for every Christian, but you'll notice this on a lot of religious people, and it's not just Christianity. It's, Islam, it's Judaism, it's people who believe in like Buddha or whatever. It doesn't matter. People simply will attack you for not agreeing with what they believe in. And sometimes it's better to agree with what they believe in. And obviously, I'm not saying agree with every single thing. Like, don't start pretending that you're also, like, don't pretend that you're, Jewish or something, and then they're going to catch you and see that you're a liar and you're really a Christian. Like, don't over-exaggerate it. But basically what I'm trying to say is, even if they say something that you so strongly disagree with, sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut and not, start a fight with it, to start a debate, simply because you don't know who that person is. And I'm telling you, people just simply like you more and they want to be around you more when you have similar opinions as them, when you have similar views as them. And when you pretend to be that person, the other person is going to give you more life opportunities. Like I said before, with men, with careers, helping you out with something. You don't know what each person can offer you. And it's so unfortunate that people have such like a huge ego that they don't know how to keep their mouth shut so they can actually achieve more in life. I'm telling you, connections is everything. I've been saying this since the first day I've even created this channel. Your connections are extremely important. It is not good to not have anybody around you. Humans are there to help you, to make your life easier. So use that to your advantage. Remove that ego of yours. Remove all these annoying opinions of yours, okay? Create like a fake Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And, scream all your opinions on there. But when it comes to you actually being face to face with people or with your personal accounts, you have to be careful with what you post. You have to listen. And it doesn't matter. Even sometimes when you actually try really hard to kind of please other people or whatever, there is always going to be people who don't like you. Okay? It doesn't matter. But you have to try to do the best you can to get as many people to like you so that more opportunities are handed to you. When it comes to disagreeing with people, make sure that you disagree on something that's not going to cause that person to completely like turn their back on you or want to find a way to like basically punish you. As in, if they think that mozzarella cheese tastes better than blue cheese, that's a good time for you to come in and be like, no, I think blue cheese tastes better. It's not a big deal. They're not going to cut you off. They're not going to talk bad about you. And you can move on with your lives, and it's going to make sure that you have this image of you're not like this perfect person who agrees with everything. Like, you're still a human being, and that's what you want. You don't want to appear as somebody who's like too perfect, who agrees with everything, because people will catch on to that. And also, like, don't show that you're selfish or cold. Reality is that all of us humans are super selfish. Okay, some people are just extremely too nice and too good, but most of us were extremely selfish and we latch onto the good people. That's not right. It shouldn't be like that, but easy prey is hard not to take advantage of. That's the reality of humans. It doesn't sound right, but it's just how it is. I don't make the rules. So always make sure that people don't see that in you. Like, don't show this cold side or selfish side when you're trying to create connections, when you're trying to get opportunities. You always have to appear as somebody who really cares about the person. Don't overdo it, but show that you care, show that you want to listen, like be a really good listener, and basically go off on how smart that person is, how much they've taught you. You know what I mean? Like, if you're at a workplace and you have a manager, you don't want that manager to see you as a threat. Like, you don't want that manager to think that you're going to take their spot or you're going to get a better position. You should do the opposite. You should show that you really care for this manager, how much you appreciate this manager, and, show them appreciation. Be like, wow, because of you, I learned this and this. And basically convince that manager to think that they're helping you kind of go up there, but don't let that manager know that you're going to be doing better than them. Basically, you want to praise them, make them think that they're the ones who got you to where you are, and the knowledge that you have is basically because of them. And then quietly just crush them and, get yourself up there. That's what you have to do, I'm telling you. Like, you cannot allow people to see you as a threat, because if that manager knows that you will, get a better position, they will try to find a way to bring you back down. They will try to find a way to get you out. I am telling you. This happened to me. Like, I'm telling you, this one woman who is overweight and does not look good, I knew for a fact that she was going to basically use me as her target. I don't know how I know, maybe just from lots of bad experience, but it's always the women who don't take care of themselves, who are extremely overweight, that for some reason they attack you. They just choose to not like you, and they don't even have a reason. And it was funny because while I was working at my job, 2 months in, my manager told me that, wow, this was years ago. So my manager told me, okay, I'm going to tell you all the comments that I received from all the other managers, and I'll just let you know kind of how you're doing at work. Now, every single manager told me I was doing really good, that I'm going to go really far in this position, so on and so forth. But the one manager, which was the fat one, was like, she's terrible, she doesn't know how to think outside the box. Like, she just went off on how terrible I am, how I'm not going to go far in this position. And when the manager was reading it, he was confused because he was like, well, how come everyone's complimenting you? Like, he just couldn't understand. He literally said, why is everyone saying these really good things about you and this one just happens to be so bad? And And that's the thing, is that when a manager sees you as a threat, they will try to find a way to basically get you out of the job, okay? They will try to find a way to make sure that you're gonna stay below them. And I knew and I understood that I need to get on her good side because, of course, first off, she's in a higher position, and my goal was to get her on my good side and then crush her. Like, really, I'm telling you, she had no idea what my intentions are, and my intentions were not good towards her. Most people will let their ego take over them. They will, either go and badmouth about, like, that person. They will go, gossip. Some of them will just completely ignore, completely, like, just, like, people just don't react well to these situations, and it's very hard for them to be nice to a person who said these things about them. I was mad because I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I remember she even wrote down that ask stupid questions, but, like, mind you, I'm not even a month in this job, right? She has 12 years experience. I'm, like, not even a month. Of course, I'm going to ask stupid questions. I'm trying to learn as much as I can, to get myself further. But besides that, I decided, I was like, you know what? I need to be fake. I need to be really nice. And I'm telling you, I was praising her. Like, not over exaggerating, but in, like, slow, subtle ways. Like, I was telling her, wow, like, because of you, I've learned this and this, and you have no idea how much I appreciate you. Like, she doesn't know that I know about this comment, because, again, my manager is not allowed to tell me who wrote this comment. I knew it was from her, but I pretended to be fake. And my goal was, because she's in a higher position, I knew that if I get on her good side, or if I start telling, how much she's taught me and how because of her, like, I understand much better, she will want to basically like me and push me further. Now, it's not always gonna happen, but I knew that she was an easy target. I can easily see through people. It's not that hard. I knew that I can get what I want. So I just pretended to be extremely nice, and I just told her all the things she wants to hear, and I just told her how, I couldn't do it without you kind of thing, And eventually she actually did. Like, she actually pushed me up a bit, and then slowly I just started, like, studying my own thing and trying to get myself in a position above her. And she still didn't know that I have this hatred towards her. Like, I just kept it inside of me. Like, I was like, I'm not going to sabotage anything. Like, I'm going to play fake, and I'm going to crush you. Eventually, I got myself above her, and it was just fun. It was just fun because literally it went from her complaining about me to now me telling her to come to my office. It's nice, and basically that's what you should do. When people try to, like, take away what you have in life, all the good things that you have in life, smile, see if you can get them on your side, and then quietly crush them. And then you need to just drown them under the water and let them stay there. Literally, your hand is on their head and it's under the water. And you make sure that it stays that way. Now, obviously not literally, yeah, don't drown people. Don't be crazy. But you get the idea. And again, it's really important for people to not see you as a threat. Like, you have to make sure that you lower their guards down so that they want to give you opportunities in life. And truly, it doesn't even matter how many people run into this video or how many people know about psychology. People always fall for this, even the smartest people. Because we always think that the way we think is 100% right. That if somebody else agrees with our opinion, we're like, well, of course they're not being fake. Of course they agree with my opinion. Of course I'm right. We're, again, selfish human beings, huge egos. Most of the times we can't agree with the fact that we're wrong. So even if you play this game and you play this fake game, people will usually not be able to tell. Now, another tip I would give you is to be a storage for secrets. Basically, what I mean by this is that, most people will befriend you because there's something that they can benefit and gain from you. Sometimes people wake up and they decide, yesterday I liked you, today I don't. Sometimes people don't talk to you for a while and see that you glowed up and now all of a sudden they're jealous and they want to sabotage your life. You have to make sure that other people can't do that. Like, you want to make sure that people look at you and say, no, I'm not going to sabotage your life. Like, I'm scared to do that. And how you do that is by being the storage of secrets. So when people talk to you, you basically don't open up to them about personal things. Anything you don't want out in public, you just don't tell them. You make them like you by being a good listener, by caring about their life so that they will want to expose themselves and tell their secrets. This is good for you and good for them because people always want to spill out their secrets and they want a good listener. And at the same time, they also want somebody who's loyal, so you should be that person. It's very important to be a loyal person, that if somebody trusts you with their secrets, be the trustworthy person, okay? Now that you're this storage of secrets because people are exposing themselves to you, you have a file of each person, okay, with their secrets. And if they decide that they want to sabotage your life for absolute no reason, they're going to be scared to do that because you know all these personal things about them, you know all these secrets about them, and they know that if they try to sabotage your life, you're going to be able to do it, but 10 times worse. So that is what you need to do. Basically, you need to build that. You need to build first off the persona of somebody who's trustworthy, who's somebody who's loyal, somebody who's not going to stab somebody's, behind their back. Like, you want people to talk good about you, and you want people to actually want to expose themselves to you. And that way, when they do, they're more afraid to sabotage you because they know that you hold all this information about them. And this is why a lot of people have trust issues, because the people that we are closest with and the people who are like the fastest to break our hearts are our friends, right? And friends are just simply the people who turn their backs on you the fastest, because when a friend sees that you guys came from the same level and you're above them and they're still haven't went up in any way, it's gonna cause jealousy. It's a human thing. It's simply going to cause jealousy. And that is why your friends are the fastest to turn against you compared to strangers. And because we see our own friends turn against us, we have trust issues towards other people. Now, these friends of yours, they're the people that, first off, the reason why you feel this like hurt and stuff is because they're the people that you talk to about personal things. They're the people that you talk about your accomplishments and everything. And unfortunately, this can all cause jealousy. Sometimes your friends will pretend to be happy for you, but secretly plan a way to bring you down by, for example, discouraging you from doing it, or by using your secrets to create a bad repetition of you. Truly, like, if you guys saw how I act with my friends and the personality that I have, it's completely different than what I am on YouTube. On YouTube, I can just sit down, I can speak my mind and move on with my life, right? But with my friends, I act completely different. I just play dumb. Like, I don't let people know what I want or who I am. And I just, honestly, I just hide my intentions. A lot of the people, a lot of my friends always thought that I was, not intelligent. And again, it was because I like to play dumb. But from my experience, because I play dumb, people don't see me as a threat. People don't see me as somebody who can go above them. They just see me as somebody who's going to stay at the same spot. And that's what I like. I prefer that way. I prefer people to not know too much about me. I prefer people to think that I'm in the same level. I prefer people to not view me as a threat. I prefer people to underestimate me. Because when they see me accomplish the things that I accomplished, I'm telling you, the amount of things that I've accomplished and people found out afterwards, their jaws just dropped because it just was not expected. It's not something that I bragged about. It's not something that I kept talking about. I just kept my mouth shut and I just did what I had to do. And it simply just makes it better. Now, of course, if people end up finding out that now all of a sudden you have your dream job, now all of a sudden you have your dream life, they're going to not like you. You went from somebody who wasn't a threat to a threat, but you can't do anything about that. How long can you hide that for, right? But sometimes it's better to just let go and play dumb. I just don't have these psychological conversations. I used to do them sometimes because it wasn't to shove my opinions down people's throats. It was more to help a friend out. But I realized that whenever I try to help a friend out with what my opinion was, they would turn their backs against me. As in, people just want you to tell them what they want to hear. So just give it to them. That's what I learned. Is that if you want people on your good side, if you want, the most opportunities you can get from people, tell them what they want to hear. Don't be giving them none of these psychological facts. Don't be giving them, it doesn't matter how right you are. Let them just believe in what they want to believe in. If a girl keeps, going back to her toxic ex, just stop telling her, oh, you should leave him, you deserve better. Simply just be like, well, you're old enough, you know what's best for you, you know him better than I do. Even if simply sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Obviously, if it's to the point where she's being, freaking abused, you should be that good person and do the best you can. But sometimes there's honestly, sometimes people just don't want to be saved. And in fact, most people don't want to be saved. They say they do, but they really don't. They say they want the truth, but they really don't. And you will realize with life is that if you're honest and truly you think that what you're doing is helping another person, what you're really doing is that you're creating more hatred. And sometimes, like, they're gonna have more hatred towards you, basically, was what I'm saying. So just tell people what they want to hear. Like, play dumb, sit there, listen, have conversations. It doesn't have to be about men, it can be about anything. And just make sure that you are careful with your words. And I know that a lot of people will say, ugh, like, I don't agree with your advice. Like, people shouldn't be fake, and, this is too hard to do. It's really not. The only reason why it's hard is because you let your ego get in the way. Because when you hear something that you don't agree with, all of a sudden you feel like you need to defend, you feel like you need to attack. When really all you have to do is just teach yourself to just be quiet, to just calm down, that not everything is worth the debate. That's what you need to teach yourself, honestly. Like, don't let your ego get in the way. It doesn't matter if people agree with you or they don't. I personally could care less. I have friends, I'm telling you, I have friends who believe in doing 50-50. I have friends who literally have like complete different mindset than I do towards so many things, religion, politics. I just don't care. I truly love like the people that I hang around with, and I love people who come with different opinions, and I just don't believe that people have to have the same opinions as I do. I don't care. Like, as long as you're not getting in my life, you're not trying to get, sabotage my life and sabotage what I have, I could care less. As long as you're happy, I'm happy for you. You see me happy, be happy for me. That's the only thing I want. Like, I could care less if you agree with me or not. So I don't believe in this whole, like, you have to be friends with people who have the same mindset as you. You can be friends with people who have a different mindset as you, but you need to be careful that, and understand is that most people will want to, like, punish you for not agreeing with what they believe in. So sometimes it's better to just keep your mouth shut and move on to a topic that you both can agree on and you both enjoy. And I think the biggest mistake that a lot of us make, and I can definitely say for myself as well, is that we allow people to know what our real intentions are, and it allows people to block them. For example, if you have Instagram or you have friends that you openly expose to them about being a gold digger and expecting a man to pay 100%, the ones that are against your opinion, they will block your blessings by exposing you to the men. And when men find out about this, it's gonna lower their trust. Because now you're not viewed as somebody who's, trustworthy and loyal. You're now viewed as somebody who's a user. Your rep is extremely important. You want to always, always, always make sure that you have a good rep, that people say good things about you. And of course, even if people say good things about you and you're doing your best, people will hate. But trust me, if you're following my advice, I'm telling you, most people will say good things about you. Okay? It's not too late. If all of a sudden, now you have a bad rep and you've been doing everything wrong, tell people you've been going to therapy, make something up. I've been going to therapy and I'm so like, I just really want to change and I'm going to become a better person. Lie. I went to therapy, I'm now a different person, and then start your new, basically, fake personality. You're going to have to do it. If you want the most opportunities, if you truly want to receive all the blessings that you're looking for, you have to be a fake person. Real people don't go far. They truly don't. All these people, like billionaires or whatever that you see that are screaming and stating their opinion, they can do that because they already have a lot of the things that they want. They have all the money, they have the power to do that. If you're not in their situation, don't be thinking that you can do the same thing that they're doing and succeed, because you won't. I promise you, a lot of those people kept their mouth shut to get where they want. They kissed a lot of butts to get where they want, and once they got to where they are, and they know that nobody's going to be above them, that's when they started, screaming on the camera, saying, all these curses, and all these people didn't believe in me, but look at me now, and, stating their opinions on what they think about politics and, celebrities and whatever, and belittling others because they don't care anymore. They are quite close to where they want to be, and they know that the chances of another person sabotaging that is quite low. So, yeah. Basically, I think that's it. I think that's all I really had to say on this topic. If there's anything else that you want me to add on, fix, talk about, definitely let me know. And yeah, love you all.